So we are not forever in a single quotient or a queue. Say, for example, I mean, I'm home, I'm sitting alone and I'm single, doing nothing, and I have people coming in and stuff, or I go into environments and I have to adjust to that. Or, you kind of team up with new people, a new factory tie up, new products, new environments, new offices, different country people, and stuff like that. So, how do you manage all of that, and how do you keep your creativity and your joyful element up? Because as individuals, most of us get depleted on certain days, we get exhausted at times and stuff. So, how do you recharge those batteries and stuff? So, the ideal way is to kind of prioritize and schedule what's important and what's not important, and plan way ahead. Okay, so you got to be kind of having a macro view of where you want to be. Say if you're a single person, if you're doing stuff on your own, if you're not around, who handles your stuff? If you have a team and everything, you're not in the office, in your absence, who handles your work and stuff? And lastly, if you're running a setup or if you're running a business and stuff, who is accountable for what? And is it a two-way communication or is it a forced communication? So two-way communication is where your junior staff or your people or your laborers or your vendors or your suppliers or your accounts people find it easy to approach you and have a chat with you. And the other is the top down, where you are kind of making it clear what the rules are, the policies are. Yes, organization structures and cultures are different. So some people feel, that decisions are being thoppered or they are being imposed on them. But the point is this: there is a positive to that. If you're used to a certain way of working and stuff like that, and you come into a stricter environment, the positive is you get disciplined, you get structured, and working with tough bosses and tough taskmasters teaches you a lot, which you will not learn in a small setup and stuff, because in a small setup it's all about the bosses. Okay, so that's where Alibaba's entrepreneurship model comes into play, where you're learning and you're having fun, but as you're escalating and stuff and you're taking charge and you're doing your business, you're an entrepreneur, you're a designer, you're a founder, a CEO, or even if you're a single person doing her or his own stuff, then you have to actually understand the importance of multitasking. Okay, so here are the set of lines. We can shorten our work days and add joy to our work if we were to learn to get hold of activity clutter. So what is activity clutter? Activity clutter is something where we are doing stuff and giving time to stuff which is not precious and which is sapping our energy, and it doesn't make a good difference to our personal, professional, or even a company or even a personal space mission and stuff. Okay, so these are going to include meetings that don't produce new information or better decisions. Projects with this kind of an approach, where there is no new information happening or too much of information happening, on the contrary, can lead to a little chance of those being completed, and over dramatic presentations that lead to a lack of substantive content and decision making. An average mind will spend half their work time or their main job on only finishing off non consequential or unimportant tasks and stuff, whereas a focused person or a diligent person will actually plan and take up time and finish the task. And when you are given the task and you present the task further, the task looks much more professional because they've already backtracked and planned it and stuff. Okay, so psychology has an important role to play here. This is where corporate psychology and outlooks come into play. So first of all, the activity clutters happen in three ways. First of all, over earning by working too hard for wrong results or only for money, prioritizing urgent tasks over important ones, and multitasking. So, they say that women and men, there's this constant thing about, are women better multitaskers? Are men better multitaskers? The answer is it depends on how the person is structured, what kind of a background the person comes from and stuff, and sometimes you have to unlearn and stuff. So what you were doing in a certain setup which had about 10 people working, not necessarily the same work logic or work quotient will apply in a environment which has got 200 people or 5,000 people and stuff like that. So this is where flexibility helps. And at work, people regularly experience this thing about taking up an assignment or a job where they are actually over earning. But psychologists say that if you're over earning, Just because you want to have a material gain and stuff, you're going to love your work for a short while and then you're going to be uninterested in your work because you've traded your quality work over money and stuff. Okay, so you have to have some leisure time to gain some peace. Have a coffee, have a chocolate, listen to some good music, meet up with some good friends, have some conversations across the desk and stuff like that, take a nice walk and watch some quality podcasts and stuff like that. And there's so many setups where you don't even have social media happening. So how do you think people live through the day and stuff? They Google, so they are on social. They're not on social media. They are basically on research. They are on LinkedIn. They are on business portals, and they are basically on other research pages and stuff like that. So it's not important that you have to have Facebook, which is only going to give you the entire information and all the jazz on creativity and ideas and stuff. You have Pinterest, and you have chat, and you have, I mean, there are billions and billions of softwares. Every day I see something or the other popping up, and I'm looking at it and I'm kind of interested in those and stuff like that. So what's very important is to, rather than wasting your energy on on something which is not important, something which is not adding value, something which is not elevating you, something which is not challenging you work wise, or your creative quotient or your outlook, it's not worth the time and attention. You have to be mindful and aware about what you're truly there for. If you have, I've shared this before, if you have a task list, write down before leaving the important elements and the important tasks you have to do the next day. And every day when you do those, chalk them off, block them off, cut them off, because you know that you have a grip on the situation and stuff. And if you're a boss and stuff, my sympathies are with you. You have a staff working with you, so you have all kinds of people working, and you have all kinds of vendors and suppliers and all kind of conversations happening on the phone. So you got to be strong, and you have to avoid chasing the wrong goals. If you're not comfortable talking to certain vendors and suppliers and stuff, and you notice the schedule or a pattern of late reverts and unplanned works and stuff, then you have to get somebody behind their butt. You have to kind of put a person behind them, and they have to learn it your way. So if you're going to trade, relaxing your systems and processes for a vendor or a supplier who's your personal favorite but is not delivering on time, it's a wrong approach and a wrong strategy to even have those people on your board. Because at the end of the day, efficiency matters, scheduling matters, being organized matters, and professionalism means being proficient on your words and stuff like that. Take extra time, but do it, okay? And every organization, every setup, every boss, every organization will work differently. So if you're used to a certain manner and stuff, you have to kind of let go of those conditionings of what you've learned in certain systems and stuff, and you have to give yourself a chance to kind of mix and blend into those systems and stuff like that. So hope this helps. I'm Jashin Kapani. I'm on jkapani@gmail.com and jashinkapani.im@gmail.com. And avoid confusing urgent tasks with unnecessary tasks, because sometimes it's just an urgency trap. People are so, I mean, it's a personality trait of people to create panic or to kind of create unnecessary hawa, to look important and stuff like that. So avoid falling for that. And if you're working for somebody, give yourself an average of 30 minutes a day to kind of block yourself off from everything when you're starting in the morning and you're leaving in the evening or in the afternoon. Give yourself those 30 minutes off from social media and from everything. Look at some interesting stuff and write down the important tasks to be done and not done, and where to kind of recharge your batteries and how to kind of schedule those and stuff. So hope this helps, and love and luck. I'm Jashin Kapani, and take your health seriously, and always pray for other people. And also another tip I want to share with people is that over the years you meet so many people, and yesterday I reconnected with an ex colleague or a friend of mine. There was a history to us and stuff, and lots of people when I was younger would tell me or had shared a thought from another city we met online, that it's a good idea to dump the past and not to reconnect with people who left you behind. I think I kind of realized it was one of my shares because I used to talk about being in the moment and being in the now. And this sucker, or whoever, the crackpot, he picked up this and gave it back to me. But yesterday I reconnected with a friend and acquaintance of mine. We had met in 2007, we had disconnected, we reconnected, we picked it up right from there. So applying somebody else's logic on how they think on your friendships and your acquaintances doesn't always work. Use your own brain if you're comfortable around something, and where you're starting off, and you're mature enough to understand how the situation is going to be. Always a good idea to be friends and stuff. And trust me, the shares of leaders like Mr. Modi helped me big time.